If you've bought a garden tool set before, you already know the problem. Half the pieces bend on the first dig, and the other half you never even use. I went through 6 of the top-rated garden tool sets on Amazon right now to find out which ones are actually built to last and which ones are mostly padding. We're counting down from the weakest to the one I'd actually buy. Number 10 starts us off. Number 6, the WORKPRO 4-piece aluminum garden tool set. This one comes in a small presentation box and includes a trowel, a hand rake, a pruner, and a pair of gloves, all made from aluminum alloy. The pruning shear uses sharp carbon steel blades and can trim branches up to about 4/10 of an inch thick, which is fine for light stem work but not for anything woody. The gloves have a nitrile coating on the palm, which actually does help with grip, and every tool has a hanging hole built in for storage. Here's the honest catch. 4 pieces is the smallest tool count on this entire list. WORKPRO sells this same basic set in a long list of floral and pastel colorways, which tells you it's designed first as a gift item and second as a working toolkit. There's no mention of a lifetime warranty anywhere in the product materials, which stands out compared to some of the sets ranked higher. If you just need 3 or 4 basics for container gardening, or you're buying this as a small gift, it does the job. But as a complete garden tool set, it's the least comprehensive option here, which is exactly why it lands at the bottom of this list. Number 5. The Kynup 7-piece gardening tools set. Kynup's 7-piece set mixes aluminum alloy and stainless steel across a trowel, hand rake, transplanter, pruning shears, a plant repotting mat, a pair of gloves, and a garden bag to hold it all. The whole kit weighs in at about 2 2/3 pounds, which is respectable for something with this many pieces. The catch here isn't the build quality. It's that Kynup is a newer name in this space. One review site that tested garden tool sets for their own roundup noted this particular listing had only around 125 reviews at the time they looked at it, which is a much smaller track record than some of the more established brands on this list. That's not a defect, just a sign you're buying from a less proven seller. If you want broad coverage across weeding, digging, transplanting, and pruning without paying for a bigger name brand, this is a reasonable 7-tool bundle. It just hasn't built up the same reputation yet as some of the others we're about to get into. Number 4. The Tudoccy 30-piece garden tool set. 30 pieces sounds enormous, and on paper it is the biggest set on this list. The core tools are a trowel, a transplanter, a hand rake, a cultivator, a weeder, and a pruner, all in stainless steel with non-slip rubber handles. Then it's padded out with a spray bottle, 20 plant tags, and 2 pairs of gloves that have little fingertip claws built into them, all packed into a vintage floral tote bag. One gardening review site actually tested this set and reported the weeder pulled shallow weeds effectively, and the cultivator broke up soil in a raised bed without bending, which is a good sign for the actual metal tools. But that same review noted the floral tote bag gets heavy once you've loaded all 30 pieces into it. And if you count carefully, the 30 pieces is really 6 functional tools plus 20 plant tags and 2 pairs of gloves. The tag count is doing a lot of the heavy lifting on that number. This is a strong pick if you want a single purchase that covers tools, labeling, and hand protection all at once, especially for a beginner setting up a vegetable patch from scratch. Just go in knowing the piece count is more about completeness of the whole kit than 20-something individual tools. Now, quick heads up before we keep going. The set that ends up at number 1 on this list isn't the biggest kit here. It's actually one of the smallest. There's a reason for that, and it'll make more sense once we get there. Number 3. The UKOKE 12-piece aluminum garden tool set. UKOKE's 12-piece kit, model UGP02G, centers on 5 aluminum hand tools: a trowel, a weeder, a rake, a spade, and a cultivator, plus a pruning shear with blades made from high-carbon SK5 steel. What sets this one apart from a lot of the others is the waterproof canvas apron with a PVC coating, which comes with a built-in kneeling pad and a storage pocket, along with a pair of garden gloves. UKOKE backs it with a 30-day refund or replacement window and a 12-month replacement policy. The honest catch is that, outside of the pruning shear, the core hand tools are cast aluminum rather than steel, so the overall durability leans more towards solid aluminum than heavy-duty steel. If you're working rocky or heavily compacted soil regularly, aluminum tool heads are more likely to flex than a steel equivalent. Where this set really earns its spot is the apron and kneeling pad combination. That's genuinely useful if you spend a lot of time kneeling in flower beds, and it's not something most of the other sets on this list include. Number 2. The YAUNGEL 10-piece gardening tools set. YAUNGEL builds this set around heavy-duty stainless steel tool heads, paired with ash wood handles, and the steel gets a mirror-polished finish specifically to reduce soil sticking to the metal, which makes cleanup easier. The 10 pieces include a tote bag, a pruning shear, a garden trowel, a transplanter, a weeder, a hand fork, a hand rake, a kneeling pad, a sprayer, and a pair of gloves, and each handle has a cowhide lanyard at the bottom for hanging storage. The catch worth knowing about is the wood handles. They feel more premium than plastic or rubber-coated grips, but wood needs to stay reasonably dry to avoid warping over the years, in a way that a sealed synthetic handle simply doesn't have to worry about. It's also worth noting, YAUNGEL sells closely related 9-piece and 10-piece versions of this same basic set, so double-check the piece count on whichever exact listing you're looking at. Between the stainless steel build, the genuinely useful accessory list, and the mirror-polished finish, this is one of the more complete mid-tier sets on this countdown. Number 1. The Grenebo Gardening Tools 9-piece heavy-duty set. Grenebo builds this set from high-strength SK5 carbon steel, which the manufacturer's own listing describes as rust-proof, and packs in 8 tools plus a carrying bag, pruning shears with a safety lock, a weeder, a transplanter, a cultivator, and more, all attached to non-slip wooden handles. One independent review site tested a Grenebo set for 3 weeks, specifically in wet conditions, and named it their top pick for rust resistance among everything they tried. The catch you need to watch for is that Grenebo sells this same basic design across at least 5 different piece counts, 7, 9, 10, 11, and 12-piece versions, in multiple colors, all under very similar product names. It is genuinely easy to click the wrong one. Before you buy, confirm you're looking at the 9-piece listing specifically, and check the tool list in the photos, not just the title. So here's how I'd break it down by what you actually need. Best for vegetable growers specifically, the Fiskars Vegetable Gardening Essentials set at number 2. Best for tough or compacted soil, where you want real steel, the Grenebo 9-piece or the Kemaier 3-piece. Best if you want an apron and kneeling pad bundled in, the UKOKE 12-piece. Best all-in-one starter kit with labeling and gloves included, the Tudoccy 30-piece. And if you just want the most trusted no-frills core set backed by an actual lifetime warranty, that's the Fiskars 3-piece at number 1. Every link to every set in this video is down in the description, matched to the exact number from this countdown, so you can go straight to the one that fits your yard. If this helped you narrow it down, drop a comment with which one you're going with, and subscribe if you want more breakdowns like this before you buy.